Hi! If you're watching this video, it's because you've got a new iPad at home and you're hoping to use it with TouchChat, just like the iPads we use at school. And so I was going to show you first the steps that you need to take to get the right vocabulary so that the pictures and the words look the same as the one we're using at school. So if you open your iPad up and you find the TouchChat app, it's this one that's kind of this gray and orange looking logo. Tap that and open it. It's going to open up a screen that looks like this, and it's a little bit overwhelming because it's a lot of different vocabulary, and each one is different and has a different purpose. But the one that we want to use is called Word Power 60 Basic. And so navigate down. I'm not sure if you'll have all the ones that I have on yours, so look for one that says Word Power. Tap the little arrow, and then all the different options will show up. And you want to go down to find 60 position. That means there's 60 words on the first page. And you're going to open that. And then there it is at the top, Word Power 60 Basic SS. That's the one you want. Click it. And there you go, you're ready to go. So you can use that and get started right away. I do recommend two other things to make it more specifically yours and ready for your child. So instead of using this vocabulary exactly like this, it's better to make your own that has your child's name on it or something to identify it so you know it's the one you made. And then you can make little customizations, little changes to it to make it exactly for your kiddo. So to do that, go back in there and click the vocab button at the top and choose new vocab. Now you're going to go over to the other side where it says menu and tap menu, and you'll see all those options, and you're going to do copy a vocab. So copy a vocab, and then you're going to find in this list that same Word Power 60 Basic that you found before. It can be even harder to find in here because they're all separated out. But right down here in mine, you can see all those options, and one of them is Word Power 60 Basic, SS. So I'll pick that one. And then I'm going to give it a title. So you would put maybe your kid's name there. I'm just going to call it Miss C. And if you want, you can put a description. Sometimes people have multiple because they have more than one student using it, or you have one version and then you want to try making some changes to see if you like it, but you don't want to lose the old version, so you might have a couple copies, and that's okay too. But try to keep it as simple as possible so you don't get confused. And so I hit save, and now it has a new vocab for me called Miss C right up there above. You can see it. And so I'm going to choose that one, and it loads, and it's ready to go. And also now I know if I make edits, it's not going to edit anything that I'll regret, because I can always go back to that Word Power 60 Basic original vocab and start from there. This is what it looks like. And okay, the second other thing that I really think you need to do right away is learn how to put your iPad into guided access. Guided access is what allows the iPad to stay only in one program, and your kiddo isn't able to close the program or change it or mess with the settings. And this is really important because some kids have used tablets before, and that's great. They've used them for leisure activities like watching videos or playing games. And that's a great use of a tablet, but that is not a great use of the tablet that you are dedicating to communication. It's better to have two separate tablets if possible. And this one that you have with TouchChat on it should just be a talker. We even just call it the talker at school, to make it really clear that it's not a tablet that does other things. It's just for talking. That way, that's what it's like. They're carrying their voice around outside of themselves, and it's confusing for some kids, and it takes away their ability to access their voice all the time. If it turns on to other apps, then they can't get back in here and use the words. And so what we really want them to be doing is learning the words. So we should keep it in TouchChat all the time. And the best way to do that is guided access. So to get into guided access, the first step you have to do is set your iPad up for it. And you might not have done that yet. Mine is set up for it, but I'll still show you the steps. So you got to go into your iPad and find the settings. And my settings are right here. It's that one with the gear. And then you want to look for something called accessibility, which is over here on the left, partway down under general, a few steps down from that. It's this one. It has a little blue picture of a person. It says accessibility. So you go in there, and then scroll down quite a bit to the bottom where it says general, and it's the top one in general. It looks like a little padlock, and it says guided access. So tap on that, and you need to make sure that this button is toggled on to green, meaning that it's on. Guided access is allowed on this iPad. That's what that means. It doesn't mean you turned guided access on right now. You just made it available on the iPad. So you turn that green, and then you'll want to set a passcode right here too. So you'll go into passcode settings, and you can pick your passcode. Make it something you will never forget. That's really important. You don't want to get stuck in guided access and not be able to get out of it. So really make it something you never forget. Also make sure your kiddo never sees you enter it, because as soon as they do, they'll know it. They're very smart. And then you'll have to change it. So the best thing is to not show them the password. So I'm going to put mine in. And then once it's set, it just goes back to this screen. You're all set now. You can go out and you can just go out of settings and now go back into TouchChat. And if you want to turn guided access on, you hit the home button 3 times quickly, like a triple click. So you can watch me do it. 1, 2, 3. I didn't do it fast enough. 1, 2, 3. There it goes. It says enter your passcode. And it's going to turn guided access on. You can say resume. And now guided access started. And now if you try to leave, if you try to hit the home screen, or the home button, nothing happens. If you try to swipe out, nothing happens. Now you'll notice they could still probably hit the menu button right there. And there's a way to gray that out, but I'll show that on another video, or you can ask me about it if you need to. There's also a way to set a passcode that's different from the guided access code. And again, you have to make sure you remember it. I had a problem where I didn't remember it, and it was a real pain in the butt to fix. I had to reinstall TouchChat. So if you choose to do that option, talk to me about it and make sure you remember the passcode. But I'm happy to help with either of those. But now you're ready to go. So I'll do another video soon that's about modeling, which means like showing your student how to use the vocabulary when they're talking, and how to work with them at home and how to make the most of having this wonderful device now that you've got it. But for now, turn it on and get it out and enjoy your talker.